Hey everyone, Dr. Ponce here. Wanting to talk to you a little bit about the problem solving process. I do want to emphasize the word basic in this title. This video is meant more for those who are looking for a better understanding of the steps in the problem solving process and not necessarily in depth into things like structures and extensions. So let's jump right in and start with the S. S stands for study. Studying the problem just has to deal with reading the problem a couple of times, thinking about what we know and what we don't know or are unknown, and organizing all that information so that we completely understand what's being asked of us and what's being told to us in a story problem. And aside from the graphic organizer that you see separating our known and our unknown, we also take the time and study the problem to write what's called a solution statement. Now, a solution statement is just what it says. It's a statement of what we're looking for, or the solution or the result of our problem. So you might hear me say in other videos, now let's take our question and turn it into a solution statement. And that's basically what it is. You're taking the question that's being asked of you and you turn it into a declarative sentence with an unknown because we haven't solved the problem yet. Moving on to the O and the L parts of solve. O stands for organize and L stands for launch. They both have to do with your plan though. It's getting ready to solve the problem. They go hand in hand because they have to do with that plan. So think about it like this. When you study the problem, you're sorting through the information given to you in words. When you're organizing your plan, you're kind of sorting through your thoughts. So you're thinking about what it is that's being told to you and what's actually happening. So this is where we talk about things like structures, such as join, separate, part, whole, equal parts, multiplicative comparison. The list kind of goes on. You can see why this is a basic video. We could make a whole video just on structures themselves and different types of problems that go with structures, but that's not really what my focus is for this particular video. So you kind of organize your information, your thoughts, and then you launch your plan. So once you figure out what kind of problem it is and some kind of strategy, whether it be a guess and check or make a table or working backwards, then you just go through the calculation. And launching is where you actually do that calculation and you try and figure out the answer to the problem that you are thinking about. A V stands for verify. Verify is simply the section where you would check your answer, but not only check the calculation, like if you added, then you'd subtract to check if it's correct or things like that. You also check for the reasonableness of your answer. And what I mean by that is you'd go to your solution statement. If you remember in the study problem, we took that question and we turned it into an answer. Into a statement, and then we plug our answer in. So if it says how many balloons are left, then we would turn that into a statement of there are unknown balloons left. And then you plug your number answer in there and you see if it's reasonable. If they're only talking about 20 balloons in the problem and you come out with an answer of 500 balloons, well, that's not really reasonable. Perhaps your calculation is correct, but it doesn't go with what the problem is asking you. So verify is actually a really important step, not only to check your calculation, but to check whether or not your answer is reasonable. And finally, we get to the last section of our problem solving process, which is the E for extend. And extend is really an enrichment. It's how kids can think of different ways to solve that problem. Perhaps they drew a picture the first time and now they want to use a number line or use a strip diagram. Those are different ways that kids can see, or different models kids can use to solve those problems. Or perhaps they want to create a similar problem. They want to put different numbers in there, play with it a little more. It's a way for kids to just extend what they know. I really hope this video helped in understanding some basics of the problem solving process. I'll really do my best to point out different sections in future videos, so that way parents or kids who are still trying to grasp some of this can hopefully get a better understanding. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and I hope you guys have a great day.